Hello, and welcome to Cricket House Gaming. Here at Cricket House Gaming, we like to explore the gameplay of simulation games, usually through a series of Let's Plays. In this episode, we will continue to explore the gameplay of Democracy 4. Democracy 4 is a political sim that lets you choose the role of a world leader and govern your country. If this sounds like something that you would be interested in, be sure to hit that like button, and if you're new here, welcome, and be sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any future episodes. Democracy 4 is by Positech Games. This game is in early access. This game is not yet complete and gameplay may have some bugs. Let's continue with our gameplay of Democracy 4. Here's our quarterly report. The GDP is up, manifesto promises are available, election is upon us. We might want to take the opportunity to improve our support by making a manifesto promise to the electorate. Polls report you are popular with the majority of voters. We predict you could get 100% more of the vote in an election. Wow, that's pretty impressive. The election is drawing near. We currently have 6,376,698 members in the Party for Change. Our party membership is the largest by a noticeable margin. Campaign speeches are available. Election draws near and you may want to take some time out from government to hold a campaign rally and deliver a speech. Economic forecast. The global economy is in recession and this is having a negative effect on our GDP. But our GDP is up. Let's take a look at social stupidity. Eating sachets of laundry detergent. Children should be forgiven for consuming the sweet-like soap pods. My goodness. But this dangerous activity has gone viral amongst teenagers, as social media users challenge one another to chew on the poison. That our youth could act so irresponsibly is a national embarrassment, with calls to refocus our resources on education. Let's look at this social briefing. Oh my goodness. Oh, the Angels for Heavenly Justice are, yeah, their threat assessment was only a 3 last time we looked. They're pretty active right now. Our intelligence services report serious concerns about the action of extremist religious groups who go by the name Angels of Heavenly Justice. There is a moderate threat of violence attacks from this group in the near future. And our cabinet members, well, we don't want to fire them right now. Transportation, she's not happy. I don't know why she's not happy. I've been working with the capitalists and the parents. I can understand Lindsay Morales being unhappy with us. Middle income is unhappy, the religious are unhappy, the trade unionists are unhappy. Who do we want to court? We want to court everybody, of course. Well, we could give some religious talks. Maybe that'll lessen some of the threat of the extremists. Capitalists, we could court them. Let's take a look at our speech options. We got youths don't eat pods, is this? Parents. Parents are okay with us. They're 60% happy. These are youths. Youths are 67% happy. Conservatives, 48% happy. I don't want to upset the liberals that much. Self-employed are not 61% happy. The trade unionists are only 25% happy. This will upset the self-employed. I don't want to do that. The wealthy versus poor. I don't want to play with that either. We could do the state employees, and that would just irritate the self-employed a bit, but the state employees are pretty happy. So how do we work with this? And how are they retired? The retired are 80% happy. We could start off with this, go to this, and then end with this. Okay, so we're sort of wavery with this speech. And, oh, it's going up a bit with this speech. It's going down a bit, it's going up. And it's going way up. The parents are thrilled. Yay, the parents are loving it. Okay, so the self-employed is down 5%, the youth's up 15%, the retired's down 10%, the state employees 5%. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, we are pretty close to election. What can we do? We could do manifestos. What does this say? Manifesto pledges are optional but can boost support from voter groups. Pledges last until the end of next term and will cause unpopularity if broken. Yeah, we don't need to do any manifestos. We're doing so well. Manifestos, I think, would mess up our next term. Let's see what we can do. We have to do something about stupidity. Education. Yeah. Don't be dumb. Don't eat pods. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. I'm just sorry, we can't help you. Motorist road building. Well, we don't want to do road building. CO2. Car usage. Do we have electric car initiatives? Biofuel subsidies. Petrol. Environment. Traffic congestion. Environment. GDP goes down. Respiratory disease goes down. Pollution control. Pollution controls. A restriction on what chemicals and emissions can be released into the atmosphere. Controls reduce pollution and increase health possibly at the cost of economic competitiveness. Yeah, that would affect the GDP. I don't want to affect the GDP. Clean air subsidies. Renewable energy might not be ultra efficient yet, but there's an argument for investing heavily in it now so that the strategy to prepare our country for the future without fossil fuels. Environmentalists are happy for obvious reasons, but capitalists see this as an unwelcome distortion of the energy market. We could raise it a bit. Do maximum. That makes oil demands go down, CO2 emissions go down. The capitalists aren't that great, but the environmentalists seem pretty happy, so I'm going to apply that change. It's a lot of money, but might help us. Parents like this. Grants for poor students. Grants for partial grants. We could do 4. The unemployment will go down. Generational wealth gap goes down. The youth are happy. The parents barely budge. State employees are happy. Let's apply that change. Biofuel subsidies. Reduces CO2, reduces oil demand, improves our view with the motorists and the farmers and the environmentalists. Yeah, we could do this. Could do this all the way to 4. I think we are at the end of this quarter. We might have an election coming up. I'm not quite sure. Let's hit that button. We are on the election. So here's the election results. We're gonna hit the count. Start that count. Oh wow, look at all the non-voters. The Dominion people? Okay. Wow, we got a majority. 99% of the vote voted for us. 44% people didn't vote. Okay, I want to see the breakdown. Socialists share the vote 52%, 52% turned out. Commuters 61% turned out. Okay, here are some names. Okay, what's the red one here? He voted for the Dominion. Approval 50%. Did not vote. Please. And did you vote? This person over here voted. Did you vote? Yeah, voted for the Dominion. That's pretty amazing. Let's begin next term. I'm hitting that button. We could political reshuffle. You could take this opportunity to election to reshuffle your cabinet members right now without losing political capital. If you need to throw some disloyal ministers out, replace them with loyal or talented replacement, now's the time. Let's toss her and her out. Public services. Let's higher. Public service, 1.6. Conservatives and socialists. I haven't been courting the socialists too well. Oh, Lindsay, I just tossed you out the door. I can't hire you again. We could try Nathaniel Ruiz. And we could try, who's our transportation person? Oh, Julie Torres. Julie Torres, I think we're gonna hire you. Yeah, we're gonna hire you, Julie Torres. Excellent. Ooh, and it looks like everybody seems happy. Unemployment is down. The GDP is up. There's an urgent policy question that requires your immediate attention. Weapons of mass destruction are theoretically a weapon of last resort and work purely as a deterrent. With this in mind, there's a pressure for you to publicly commit to no first use of any such weapons. Rule out first strike. This is simply a public way to reiterate our purpose in possessing such weapons. We do not have any expansionary plans, so clearly such weapons exist purely as a form of defense by deterring foreign aggression. This is also a way to encourage others to make the same claim, and it could lead to a less international tension and a safer world. Make no comment. It'd be crazy for us to tie the hands of our military by announcing our strategy to the world for all to see. It's clear that our potential enemies have no rush to make similar grandstanding announcements. If they want to rule out first strikes, let them go first. We should be in no such rush. I'm gonna make no comment. Liberals are down 6%, Patriots are up 5%. Security briefings, Angels of Heavenly Justice. Yeah, we know they hate us. We have a minor budget deficit of $8.84 billion. This is not a cause for major concern. Unemployment is down, so that's pretty good. Environmental policy is good economic policy. Okay, Bernie. So what can we do? We were working on, how's antisocial behavior going? Ooh, it's almost a stop trigger. Antisocial behavior. Police force. I'm not touching the police force. Tourism, liberalism, crime. How do we deal with crime? Tasers, private prisons, poverty. We could reduce poverty. Work on equality. There are many ways to measure equality. Conservatives talk of equality of opportunity. Socialists talk of equality of outcome. There is just a simple measure of distribution of wealth, financial equality of outcome. Government debt needs to come down. We got rid of alcohol abuse. So now we got to do something with this. Tobacco tax. We could raise this. I don't think yet. We'll raise it to about there. 46%. We're going to use 8 political capital for that. Let's look at school vouchers. Poverty goes down. Socialism goes down. Private schools go up. Quality goes up. This will take 1 quarter to implement. It will take about 9 political capital. Let's do it right to here. Socialism goes down, private schools go up, equality goes up. School vouchers is a measure designed to encourage the growth of private schooling whilst enabling everyone to afford an education. School vouchers are issued by state to parents for each child, which they can spend in private sector on education. This is a different approach to pure state schooling because school vouchers, the schools are privately run and the teachers are no longer state employees. We have 1 political capital to work with. Telecoms Communication Initiative. We're doing pretty good with this. Work from Home Initiative, 0 political capital. Let's go all the way to 1 political capital. Arts subsidies? Oh, we could do art subsidies. Investing in public money in the arts is controversial with capitalists who see this as supporting uneconomic elitist entertainment, but others see it as vital to country's culture, boosting our image in the world stage and attracting tourists. This will take 4 terms to implement, and we can do 1. So let's apply some changes and make our country seem like it's more cultural. Alright, so that is the first term of our first year. Let's hit the button, and this is our second term. GDP hasn't moved. Not a lot of this has moved. There's an urgent policy question that requires your immediate attention. Ban foreign firm from IT infrastructure. Upgrades to our telecoms infrastructure would involve buying hardware from a prominent foreign company with strong links to foreign government with dubious motives. Security professionals have expressed serious concern that this will undermine our security and are calling for the company to be blacklisted. Ban foreign firm. With society increasingly dependent on internet and telecoms, is it really sensible to allow dubious foreign powers to effectively control our infrastructure? Modern IT systems are so complex we never really know what they have introduced, and in event of a conflict with this nation, it'd be too late to regret what we have done. Allow use of foreign firm. This government interference that borders on xenophobic. Of course, it would be wonderful if all our critical security equipment could be manufactured at home at bargain prices, but in the real world, we have to buy overseas. Banning this company would simply make our infrastructure more expensive with no noticeable gain. This is difficult for me. I'm gonna ban the foreign firm. Capitalists are not happy with us by 8%, but the patriots are happy with us, but the GDP took a 4% nosedive. We are up in our budget deficit. We need to reduce spending or raise taxes. Our party for change is getting more support. Last quarter we got 1,112,233 new people. The global economy is in recession. This is having a negative effect on our GDP. Our GDP hasn't budged. Tragic news tonight. A major investment has found the state execution of John Myers in the case of mistaken identity. New forensic evidence proves innocence beyond all doubt. It is a shocking reminder that the government policy on the death penalty can and will lead to deaths in some cases of entirely innocent citizens. We speak tonight to Jasmine about the state-sanctioned execution of her husband. The death penalty is ultimately the punishment for serious crimes. Opponents are concerned by the possibility of killing the wrong person and suggest only the barbaric state has the death penalty. Supporters point out this is absolutely guarantees no re-offending and acts like a deterrent to serious crime. Okay, so if I lower this to there, it doesn't really affect liberals. I'd like to do for homicide and rape. At least 7 political capital for that. We have 12 political capitals to play with. We need to work on antisocial behavior. Community policing, I can't do any more than what we have. I mean, we're at the max. We can't go any more. We could look at our policies. Once a year would be dedicated to embrace cultural and racial diversity, aiming to reduce racial tension. This includes specials in the media, small food markets with delicacies from around the world, community meetings, celebrations, and family competitions. This would only take 1 quarter to implement. It wouldn't cost that much. It's sort of popular with the voters. It would lower racial tension and it would increase liberalism. So it's free to raise. Let's do that. Environmental protests. Lowers the GDP. This would help the environment. Campaign popular media designed to make people guilty about littering. No matter how much a fine on littering may be, this works if people are being seen, but guilty conscience will also work when someone is alone, thus making it far more effective in the long run. It's free. We'll spend some money on that. We still have 2 political capital. Race Discrimination Act. Race Discrimination Acts prevent citizens from being discriminated against purely on the basis of their race, i.e. racial employment practices. We're at the maximum. We could just bump it all the way there. Racial tension goes down a little bit. Conservatives, we irritate the conservatives a bit, but let's spend 1 political capital on that. Can't tax alcohol anymore because I think people aren't using it as much. We're almost to the stop trigger. What can we do just to bump that over the edge? Respiratory disease, we're working on that with the environment. A policy designed to encourage the wealthy or anybody who pays tax to donate to charity by deducting some of their charitable donations. from their income when calculating various taxes. Yeah, we could do that. We'll do it to about there. I believe we are at the end of term 2. We're going on to term 3 of our first year. Let's hit that button. GDP has not budged, education isn't budging, health is going up, crime is going way down, as is poverty. This guy got gagged again by a foreign power. Didn't you learn 3 or 4 years ago? Our data is showing that we have a potentially bad situation, gig economy on our hands if we do not act soon. How do I deal with gig economy? We have added 6,523,082 new members and 899,735 new activists. Incredible. That's just incredible. I am just astounded. Let me look at my ministers. My ministers seem to be... Oh my goodness, my ministers seem to be incredible right now. Hybrid cars are less damaging to the environment because of the slower speeds. They use electric engines that produce no CO2, get higher fuel efficiency, and thus reduce the demand for oil. The downsides are they're very expensive, but tax initiatives can encourage more people to buy hybrid models when they get new cars. This is gonna up our things with motorists. We do it to about there. We could do some more tobacco tax. Yeah, we'll apply that. We got 5 political capital, compulsory foreign language, uses racial tension. This might be good. To understand their language is the first important step to understand other people. By introducing a compulsory foreign language class, school kids are taught a selection of foreign languages early on so they can use them well. This will reduce racial tension while improving foreign trade relations. We're going to go into our 4th term of our first year in re-election. The GDP is up. Yeah, our budget is going up. I'm not really happy with that. The Party for Change is getting more popular. Last quarter we added 17,649,274 people. New members are 1,131,363 new activists. Our cabinet members seem pretty happy with us. We didn't have a report against radical groups. Internet tracking. Internet tracking. The increased capability of large corporations to use customer databases and big data to analyze consumer behavior has led to concerns about privacy. Companies insist that no such data is anonymous. In many cases, is being purely to provide better service, whereas campaigners suggest big faceless corporations are creating a Big Brother style databases of consumers without their consent. Ban tracking. This sort of behavior is nothing short of creepy, as well as posing a potential risk of identity theft for consumers. Companies have managed well enough all these years without tracking and storing information on every single decision a customer makes and can easily get by without it. People have the right to buy things without effectively being followed by digital spies wherever they go. Cloud tracking. Opponents of the internet tracking make it sound far more sinister than it is. All we are talking about is allowing companies to record accurate information on consumer preferences so they can make better products and target their advertising efficiently. Something that is harmless and also essential for the modern economy. There's no real cry for the government to intervene here. Ban tracking goes too far, but it's important that citizens be aware that they are being tracked. Maybe a system of convenient pop-up windows when visiting a website will tell people they're being tracked is the best solution for everybody. Yeah, I don't like tracking. This one's really difficult. Banning tracking outright. I could see the pros of this. See the pros of collecting data. The cons of it are, yeah, people can steal your information easier. I'm going to warn the users. Okay, the capitalists like it because we didn't ban it outright. The GDP is up 1%. Our debt is up. We have to do something about that. Now, there was a policy in here that I saw that would give us some money. Cryptocurrency taxation. More and more commerce is being handled in cryptocurrencies to cover the cost of tax evasion and tie new currencies to the fiscal system. Rules and taxation are required. An internet currency tax reduces the income of anyone trading in cryptocurrencies, mostly self-employed and small companies. This will affect capitalism and liberal self-employed income and cryptocurrency adoption. It's not really popular with the voters, but maybe it will raise some money. Do it to about there. We'll do a 56% increase with that. We only have 4 political capital to spend. Science funding. We could try science funding. We could do electron microscopes and apply the change for that. So at the end of our 4th term of our first re-election year, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you so much for stopping by our Crooked House. If you like what you saw, be sure to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you want to follow our future episodes. Feel free to leave any comments in the comment section below. Please be kind with your comments. If you would like to see future episodes of this series, any of your input would be greatly appreciated. That way I know whether you're or not you're interested in this series. Your input really helps us out. Have a great week. See you soon.